Today we're going to be taking a look at the new attacks in Go Battle League, Liquidation and Leafage. Liquidation is going to be a charge attack and Leafage is going to be a fast attack. The information has been data mined and it's available for us to view on PvPoke, so let's go ahead and go check it out. This looks to be a clone of Bullet Punch. As we can see right there, all the numbers are the same, so somewhat decent when it comes to its energy gain and damage output. Now, Leafage was put on a few very good Pokemon: Lurantis, Abomasnow, Dartrix, Decidueye, and Snover, and Rowlet. Now, one thing I was really curious about is what it does for Decidueye, but ultimately, I think Decidueye is still held back by its charge moves. As we can see, Brave Bird, Energy Ball, and Shadow Sneak, there's not really a lot of good options right there in terms of coverage. If it had something maybe like the new Seed Bomb, then we'd be talking. But for Abomasnow, this is where things get very interesting. You now have an option between Powder Snow and Leafage. Now, Powder Snow I think might still be a bit better in this meta, but Leafage does have that opportunity to farm down those water type Pokemon, which we haven't really been able to do before. So a Shadow Swampert, for example, you might, instead of having to throw a Weather Ball in that matchup or an Energy Ball, you might just be able to farm it down in the given situation. So overall, I think Powder Snow is still going to be better for Abomasnow, but you have that nice option if your team needs it. Now for Lurantis, it looks like Fury Cutter is still going to be the meta pick right here. It does help out against some dark and psychic type Pokemon like Defense Form Deoxys or Umbreon. Lurantis has a very good moveset here with Leaf Blade and Superpower, extremely spammy and extremely strong. So if you need Leafage, again, just like Abomasnow, for that added coverage to farm down water type Pokemon, then you have that option, but Fury Cutter does give you the leverage against psychic and dark type Pokemon. And for Liquidation, we have 70 damage, 45 energy, and a 30% chance to lower your opponent's defense. That is a Foul Play clone, everyone. Imagine if Foul Play had a 30% chance to lower your defense. Put that on Sableye and it's insane. So Liquidation was actually put on a lot of Pokemon, so let's see what they're going to be able to do. Alright, so one of the biggest winners of this update was definitely Dewgong getting access to both Drill Run and Liquidation. Now, in terms of coverage, I think the Drill Run is going to be much more suited in the Great League, thanks to all of those Steel-type Pokemon like Galarian, Stunfisk, Bastiodon, and Registeel. But in Specialty Cups, Liquidation could be a good option, and these are not Legacy moves, so you can still have your double Legacy Ice Shard, Icy Wind, and rotate Drill Run and Liquidation based on what you need. As you can see, it has a lot of moves here, so you might be going through TMs in order to finally get Liquidation, but these two moves, Drill Run and Liquidation, are now going to be very meta, and Dewgong is going to do incredibly well. Next up, we have Samurott. Honestly, I think Samurott, it might be able to benefit from it, but you really can't beat Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon is such a good move that you probably want to prioritize that on there along with Megahorn. Golisopod. This is a sleeper, and this is exactly what Golisopod needed. The moveset that it has is Shadow Claw, X-Scissor, and Liquidation. This, everyone, this is going to be deadly. In both Great League and Ultra League, I know it's not highly ranked, 189, but in Specialty Cups, it could do incredibly well while still being able to do well against a lot of meta Pokemon. So as we can see here, its previous moveset was Aqua Jet, Aerial Ace, and X-Scissor, which was terrible. Liquidation is the perfect addition to a Shadow Claw fast move and having X-Scissor for shield baiting or coverage. Next up, we have Vaporeon, and Vaporeon is a Pokemon that we haven't really ever been seeing used in the meta. But in the old days in 2019, there was, I think it was, some Ferocious Cup, I believe it was. It was a very top meta pick. Water Gun, Aqua Tail, and Last Resort is still looking to be its best moveset just because of the damage and low energy cost of Aqua Tail. But Vaporeon definitely needs some more coverage moves. As you can see, all it has is water type moves. So I would love to see something, I don't know if it can get it, but maybe something like Icy Wind be thrown on here. So it's like a Dewgong to an extent, but with water gun damage instead of Ice Shard. I think that could be really cool. Next up, we have Golduck, and this Man, this looks spicy. Golduck lovers out there, you should be rejoicing. It already had a very unique and widespread moveset. As we can go down here, look at all the coverage. You got Water Gun and Confusion as fast moves, which are somewhat decent. We have Liquidation, Cross Chop, Ice Beam, Synchronoise, Bubble Beam, Psychic, and Hydro Pump. This is a very, very cool combination that you can have here and gives you lots of coverage. This is exactly what Vaporeon potentially needed in terms of its move, maybe even Ice Beam there on Vaporeon. But yeah, you got a lot of good options, and Liquidation seems to be the #1 pick here. And then you pick up whatever else you need. You could go double Water with the Bubble Beam debuff. You could have Ice Beam for coverage, or Cross Chop for some of those tanks like Registeel. Now, there were a lot of other Pokemon here that did get access to the move, but nothing to really write home about. I think ultimately the biggest winner of it all here is going to be that Golisopod, and I really like the Golduck as well. That brings a nice level of spice and damage output that you could have, especially in specialty cups. So overall, Liquidation and Leafage are looking amazing. I think Leafage might not be as big of an impact in the meta, but we will see Abomasnows potentially have it, especially in setups or team combinations where a grass fast move would make more sense instead of running Razor Leaf. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the new attacks of Liquidation and Leafage. And like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.